Ladies and gentlemen, he's a child of God, a husband, NRA conservative, radical right-wing supervillain, and Twitter rock star. American by birth, Texan by choice, and a badass by nature. He's the owner of TomO'Halloran.com, O'HalloranMedia.com, and PatriotRadio.net. Please welcome Tom O'Halloran.
Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
And good morning. This is the Patriot Radio Show, and I'm your host, Tom O'Halloran. I'm broadcasting today from my underground bunker deep in Arkansas, Nebraska, and I'm here to educate, irritate, and agitate. In fact, if you're not agitated by the time this show's over, the terrorists may have already won. Again, my name's Tom O'Halloran. My primary blog is TomO'Halloran.com. When you get there, please be sure to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Spreaker, any other social media that suits your fancy. Please also follow my editor, Veronica Coffin. Veronica handles much of the heavy lifting around here, managing 14 websites on our network. You'll find her follow button at the bottom of each and every post. On Facebook, we're at facebook.com/Patriot Radio Show. I'm at facebook.com/O'Halloran. I'm on air 5 days a week, so please be sure to tune in every day, Monday through Thursdays. I do this, the Patriot Radio Show. On Fridays, I do Jihad on America, where I cover the Islamists in America. I tell you who they are, what they want, and why you should be afraid. If you did not catch my show on the Muslim Brotherhood, my show, Islam is Not a Religion, or my show, my show on Islamophobia, please go to PatriotRadioShow.com and catch all three of these shows. They will give you insight and perspective on the topic that you've probably not heard elsewhere. They'll also give you a solid foundation upon which we build each and every Friday as we turn... I'm trying to do two things at once here, folks. We're going to have a special guest in with us today. And Daisy, if you're out there, please call back in. Okay? We got disconnected there. We will connect up here. Just dial back in and we'll put you right on the hold and we'll bring you in shortly. I do the news of Islam around the world because it's a glimpse into the future right here in America if we continue to allow this cancer of Islam to spread here in the homeland. Keep abreast of my shows, listen to the live stream, as well as catch the archives of any shows that you may have missed, all at PatriotRadioshow.com. I'd like to thank my sponsors for the show. Dr. Dave Krupa. His website is DRKROUPA. Daisy, I've got you on hold. We'll bring you in shortly. Dr. Dave is a chiropractor in Houston, but he's also a nutritional health specialist. He doesn't dispense drugs from Big Pharma. He finds out what ails your body and heals it with natural supplements, healing your body the way God intended. I'd also like to thank the Republic of Texas. Their website is thetexasrepublic.com. Folks, it may be too late to save America. Perhaps not with Donald. But it's not too late to save Texas. And the Texas Republic is striving to regain international recognition as a sovereign nation. And we've got documents before the United Nations International Court, and we're trying to get recognized as a sovereign government. So as I mentioned, folks, we do have a special treat for you. A friend of a friend, our show's dear friend, Ken Crow, joins us every Monday morning for a recap of politics, of what's been going on in the campaign world over the previous week. Well, a blogger from his site is going to be joining us. She's known as Daisy. Now, folks, full disclaimer here. This is not my Daisy. I happen to be married to a Daisy. And this is not that Daisy. So let's not confuse the two topics. How many daisies does one guy need in his life? Good Lord. What was I thinking? Anyway, we're going to bring her in right now, and this is going to be interesting. We've not had a conversation. We've chatted in the chat room. We've talked a little bit on text. But, Daisy, are you there, dear?
I am.
Well, hello, Daisy. How are you?
How are you, Tom?
Good. Sorry about that first one. I'm not sure what happened, but I lost your call, so I'm glad you called back in.
No problem.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, as you know, I am from Kansas.
Yes.
I just happened to, Ken and I crossed paths here a while back, and he happened to like some of my ideas and invited me onto his website to share some of them. And the rest is kind of history. I'm kind of a loudmouth and very opinionated, and Ken seems to think that's okay.
Loudmouth is good. You sound like you're probably about 75 pounds, so it's hard to picture you as a loudmouth, but we're going to see where that goes in a little bit. So you stay on top of the news, and you've been known to have an opinion now and then, I guess.
Every once in a while, yes.
Every once in a while, okay. I'm trying to develop some. My wife tells me to stop being so wishy-washy on my shows.
Oh, come on, Tom. I've heard your show.
Okay. Well, maybe not.
Yeah.
Let's start off with this this fake bomb. Let's talk about the kid, Ahmed Mohammed.
Oh, my goodness.
What do you think?
First of all, you know, when the story first came out, it was this poor kid who took this amazing invention of his to school and was terribly discriminated against by his teachers and then the police.
Those racist administrators.
Exactly. And from the very beginning, I knew that something was up. And I think a lot of people did. But my first thought, and I don't know if you read my post on this, but what did they expect, Tom? He was a Muslim kid, and call me racist if you want, but 14 years ago, a bunch of people who looked just like him tried to blow my country up.
Yep.
So,
as the Democrats would say to that, come on, Daisy, get over it. Right?
Well, not a chance. It's not racist if they want to kill me.
That's right. And if you haven't heard my show on Islamophobia, I urge you to listen to it sometime in the near future. Islamophobia is a made-up word. It's a word that the Muslims have made up to minimize anybody that criticizes Islam. And no matter how factual it is, if you say anything that paints Islam in a negative light, again, no matter how factual it is, you're called an Islamophobe. So, yeah, I can live with that.
Well, exactly, and that was my thought on it, too, is a phobia is a fear.
Correction. Every definition you hear out of a serious book, not just a conversation like this, but a phobia is an irrational fear. There is nothing irrational about fearing Muslims.
You're correct. That's absolutely correct.
There is nothing irrational about fearing somebody who says, we are here to kill you.
Yep, exactly.
If you don't fear these people, you're stupid.
Precisely. Absolutely stupid. Uninformed, and you clearly weren't around on 9/11.
Or you were around and had your head up your butt, one of the two.
Right.
Now, what have you learned since this about the actual device?
Well, you know about Ahmed's father. He's out to point fingers at any Islamophobe, if you will, and bring this racism to light. This is his whole agenda. And so it seems that this has just been a hoax to draw attention and to say, ha-ha, I knew it. I knew that you were all racist. I knew that you were Islamophobes. I knew it. There you are. There's a spotlight on you.
Now, there was racism in this, but the only racism I saw is when a white boy eats a Pop-Tart into the shape of a gun and gets suspended, and then a Muslim brings a hoax bomb into school and gets an invite to the White House.
Well, consider who we're talking about.
Exactly. That's the racism in this story. Now, what broke the other day, I don't know whether you saw it or not, but there's a video that came out on YouTube. That clock that this science major, when Obama invited into the White House, he said, "You're an inspiration to all kids. We need to get them engaged in science." Well, this bomb, this clock, even if it was just to make a clock, he made nothing. This device was a manufactured alarm clock, one that you could buy at Walmart.
Yes, yes.
The power supply was 110. You plug it into the wall. This is not a homemade kit. The circuit boards are printed circuit boards for mass manufacturing. When you're making something for home, when you're experimenting, when you're doing a science project, you take individual wires and plug them into a punch board. None of this was in play. This kid bought an alarm, and his dad probably did the work. They bought an alarm clock, they took off the plastic case, and that was the entire extent of their inventing.
Yep. Which proves the whole point.
Yes.
Saying, "Ha-ha, we caught you."
It was just a provocative act, and this guy wasn't. This isn't the first time. His dad has been a provocateur for several years.
Right.
For several years, he's been doing this kind of crap just to get the attention, and this time he got it and an invite to the White House.
Indeed, indeed. And his son, an internship with Twitter, and invited to hang out at Facebook.
Oh yeah, and probably a scholarship at MIT. All for a hoax.
I'm sure.
All for a hoax, and I hope the internship is taken away. I doubt it will be, because Twitter's a leftist branch of the government anyway, so he'll probably end up getting that, even though it was a hoax, even though it was done to scare the school and the police.
Yep.
We tell people if you see something, say something. People saw something, said something, and did something, and then Obama invites them to the White House.
Yes, yes. But if it were one of my white American teenage daughters who had done anything like that, I would be spending every penny I have on attorney fees.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Let's go down to the border for a minute. Saw a thing on the news today. A Syrian woman coming across the border in McAllen, Texas, with fake documents. Who knew? Who knew that other than Mexicans would come across our southern border? This woman was caught, and folks, we told you the other day on this show that as ISIS rolled through Syria, every time they took a town, they would find the government offices, they would steal passports, driver's license, government ID cards. They would steal the printers, the lamination machines. And all of this stuff has been exported to Turkey, and ISIS has been buying them. A journalist from the UK, one of the UK newspapers, actually went over to Turkey, and he bought a full set of Syrian documents, official, I mean with barcode scanners and everything, official Syrian documents for about $2,000.
Right.
And now they're coming into our country from the southern border, claiming refugee status.
Tom, the bottom line there is ISIS made no bones about letting the world know that they are going to use this refugee crisis as a way into our country. They're going to use it to their full extent. Yep.
They're bragging about it. They're bragging about it, and the media ignores that.
Exactly. I can't say our president ignores it. I think our president applauds it.
Right. Our president probably helped draft the agenda.
Right. it just makes it more and more clear all the time who he is and what he stands for. But like I said, the bottom line is they have boasted loudly and proudly that they are going to use this to come into our country, and then what's going to happen, Tom?
Yep, and they are pulling it off. Meanwhile, Obama's trying to bring 200,000 of these refugees into our country. We're going to talk about that more when we get back. Please stay with us, dear.
Awesome.
Folks, this is the Patriot Radio Show. We're on the phone with special guest, Daisy. Not Daisy Dearest. Daisy from Daisy's Endearments on Facebook. We'll be right back.
The Lion and Rose Restaurant and British Pub is the after-work destination. The happy hour is very serious. Decisions have to be made, like what scrumptious appetizer are you going to order? They serve a wide selection of delectable British and American entrees at the Lion and Rose, San Antonio's favorite pub, and check out their lunch specials. Pub trivia and karaoke nights means fun for all, and you can get catering for any event. 4 Alamo City locations: Stone Oak, Alamo Heights, Park North, and Forum. The Lion and Rose Restaurant and British Pub. TheLionandRose.com.
How many of your photos, memories, music, and irreplaceable documents are stored on your computer? My guess is you probably have a lot. If you don't regularly back up your computer files, you are only one hard drive crash, one forgetful moment, or one accident away from losing your computer files forever. Backing up your files onto CDs or flash drives is a good idea, but who really has the time to do it on a regular basis? Plus, what would happen if your computer and your backups are in the same place at the wrong time? Want to know what the best way to back up your computer files is? The answer is easy. Let My PC Backup do it for you. My PC Backup is a small desktop application that automatically backs up all of your files to a schedule chosen by you. It takes a copy of your files, encrypts them, and sends them to our high-tech data centers via a secure 256-bit SSL connection. My PC Backup gives you the option to sync files between multiple computers. You can view your synced or backed up files at any time and from any location by logging into the web-based control panel. If disaster does strike, there is no need to panic. You can easily retrieve all of your files in just a few clicks by using the Restore feature on your desktop application. So sign up to My PC Backup today and see how reassuring it is to have all of your files automatically backed up, simply, safely, and securely.
At Groupon, we believe the best things in life come to those who search. To the everyday explorers. To those who leave no stone unturned. We believe in discoveries, both big and small. Your new favorite sushi bar. Your morning yoga class. The flight lesson you never thought you'd take. The local business you might never have found. And that's why Groupon makes it easy to find and save on the things you do every day. With a new way to search and thousands of the best deals to search for. When you want to do or buy just about anything, anywhere, anytime, don't sit back and wait for it. Check Groupon first.
Tom O'Halloran.
We'll put a boot in your ass. It's the American way. All brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Of my red, white, and blue.
And we are back. This is the Patriot Radio Show, and I'm still your host, Tom O'Halloran. We're on air with a special guest, my friend Daisy, from Daisy's Endearments on Facebook. She's on the show for the first time today. I've got a feeling it may not be the last time either. So we were talking about we were talking about the Muslims, the refugee crisis. Have you ever seen a refugee crisis from any country that consisted of 85% of the population being 18 to 40-year-old males?
Well, no. Where are their families?
Yeah, you'd think if they were fearing for their safety, they'd bring their kids and their wives and the moms.
Well, I would hope that if my husband were fleeing, that he would leave me and my kids behind.
If your husband was fleeing, he's probably running. Here is ISIS doesn't make any bones about this. They say we are going to send our soldiers across as refugees. They say it. Meanwhile, the media follows two families with kids from one country to another. Like, these are the two families. This is it.
Yes.
Trying to make us think that it's all about the little kids.
And it's just pathetic.
It's
so pathetic.
It's disgraceful. And
it is.
And Scott Walker, Ben Carson, Donald Trump have all, and Jeff Sessions as well, have all stood up and said we have to stop this Muslim immigration problem.
Yes.
There are 7 countries, I don't know if you're aware of this, there are 7 Muslim countries in the region over there. I don't have notes, so I'm going to name several of them. I probably won't name 7, but there's Jordan, Kuwait, Qatar, United Arab Emirates, Bahrain. There's 5 out of the 7. None of these countries are accepting a single Muslim refugee.
And why is that?
Well, I don't know, but they say because it's too difficult for us to vet them and make sure we don't get any terrorists. Now, if they can't vet them, if they're unable to vet their own people,
exactly,
why in the hell should we even try?
Because our fearless leader hates America.
Bingo. Ding, 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 ding.
I mean, it's so obvious and so easy.
He has done everything. He has done everything possible to ruin this country, economically, politically, just any way you want to look at it, and that's exactly what's happening here. He is trying to up the immigration speed to take on 200,000 of these goat-raping pedophiles in the next year.
Yes, yes.
And the conservative estimates say that 25% of them are going to be terrorists.
Easily.
Now, 25% of 200,000 is 50,000. Now, divided by 50 states, that's 1,000 terrorists for Kansas and 1,000 terrorists for Texas.
In addition to the ones already there.
Right. Now, these guys aren't going to be strapping on bombs. They're going to break off into probably 100 10-man cells and start recruiting.
Right.
And they'll turn that 1,000 per state into 3,000 and 5,000. And America as we know it will be gone.
You're absolutely right, Tom.
America as we know it will disappear, because in order to maintain a society, you have to procreate at the rate of, I believe, it's like 2.5 kids per family.
Right.
Muslims are procreating at about 7 kids per family, while Americans are backed off to about 1.5. We will lose everything that is American in 2 to 3 generations. They will outbreed us. They will be taking over city councils, school boards, mayorships, state houses, and Congress. And as they take control, they will vote out anything that has to do with the Constitution or freedom or liberty. And by the time your grandkids are older, Sharia will be the way of the land if we don't stop this now.
But we're racist.
Right, we're racist because because Islam is a race. Hello?
Exactly.
Hello? That's the whole thing. If you say anything bad about Islam, no matter how truthful, we're racist. We're Islamophobes. Islam is not a religion. And when Ben Carson says we should not elect a president that is a Muslim, he's absolutely right. The Constitution does not let us have a religious threshold, a religious litmus test. The Constitution doesn't let us say you have to be a Catholic or you have to be a Protestant or a Jew. But when an organization says, join us or you will die, we need politicians in office that will declare Islam to not be a religion.
Correct.
There's not a religion on the planet. There has never been a religion on the planet that doesn't talk about peace, that doesn't talk about loving each other. Islam is all about Islam and kill everybody that doesn't believe in Islam. That, my friends, is not a religion. That is not, as Ben Carson says, compatible with the Constitution of the United States in any way, shape, or form.
Amen. Exactly.
Now, having said that, I'm in the process of converting to Islam, but that'll be a... No, I'm kidding, folks.
They really have something to talk about.
Yeah, right? Good Lord. No, I think I have pressed too many slices of bacon in Qurans to ever be accepted into the cult, into the cancer of Islam. But Ben Carson is right. Jeff Sessions is right. Donald Trump is right. The whole concept of Islam is incongruent with liberty, with personal freedom. Islam is an all-controlling construct. It says what you will do during the day, how you will dress, how you will pray, who you will report to, who you can marry, how you can punish your neighbors. This is not a religion.
No.
And if during World War II there were Nazis here in America, and there may have been, but if they had tried building forts, building churches of Nazism, they would have been stopped. And yet mosques are being built at record numbers in America, and we continue to allow it.
Well, we didn't have a Nazi as a president.
Exactly. You are very, very, very right. This is the exact problem. But as I say in the opening, Daisy, every time I open a show, I say I do the news about Islam around the world because it's a look into the future of what's in store for America if we continue to allow the cancer of Islam to spread. Across France, there have been 27 bombings and burnings of mosques. 27 mosques in the last year. Now that's a small percentage, but it's starting. The people are waking up.
Yes.
There are over 70 mosques in Miami alone, so 27 isn't going to do much of a job, but it's a start. It reaches a threshold when people are tired, when people say enough is enough, and they start cutting pigs' heads off on the porch of a mosque. Did you hear what the Muslims are doing in Germany this last week?
Well, they're trying to kill our Oktoberfest.
I love that.
I have quite a thick German ancestry. My great grandparents came over here legally from Germany, and so my family has quite a German heritage. And you start talking about taking away our Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Those are fighting words.
Yeah, and apparently, and no offense to your German ancestors, but apparently these Muslims have forgotten that Germany doesn't take kindly to people that they don't like. I mean, they still have ovens over there. They still have ovens.
Yes.
I don't think Oktoberfest is going anywhere soon.
No.
So, we're going to be right back, folks. Stick with us. We've got Daisy from Daisy's Endearments on Facebook, and your Twitter is different, dear. What is your Twitter?
It is Dear Daisy 2015.
Dear Daisy 2015. And folks, follow this woman. We will be hearing much more from her in the coming weeks, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Stick with us, folks. It's the Patriot Radio Show on a Tuesday morning. We'll be right back.
Girls, I know the one place where you are guaranteed to find a great guy. You know, the kind of guy that carries you off on horseback and flies you to Paris and likes to talk about his feelings. He's at the movies. Well, in the movies. Where else will you find a funny architect with airbrushed abs? Girls are lining up for guys like this, but not you, because you bought your tickets ahead on Fandango. So adios, long lines, and hello, handsome astronaut, brain surgeon, spy.
Make a date with Fandango, your ticket to the movies.
Family night at the movies is a tradition. It really bonds us together. I love you guys so much. Especially this one. I mean, of course, there's all the, his popcorn's bigger than mine, and she's hitting me. Fandango makes it all so easy with tickets in advance. Honey, you enjoy the chick flick? Kids, you enjoy the animated movie? Daddy's gonna go watch things go boom. That's how we do family movie night.
Bring your family closer together with Fandango, your ticket to the movies.
Girls, I know the one place where you are guaranteed to find a great guy. You know, the kind of guy that carries you off on horseback and flies you to Paris and likes to talk about his feelings. He's at the movies. Well, in the movies. Where else will you find a funny architect with airbrushed abs? Girls are lining up for guys like this, but not you, because you bought your tickets ahead on Fandango. So adios, long lines, and hello, handsome astronaut, brain surgeon, spy.
Make a date with Fandango, your ticket to the movies.
Family night at the movies is a tradition. It really bonds us together. I love you guys so much. Especially this one. I mean, of course, there's all the, his popcorn's bigger than mine, and she's hitting me. Fandango makes it all so easy with tickets in advance. Honey, you enjoy the chick flick? Kids, you enjoy the animated movie? Daddy's gonna go watch things go boom. That's how we do family movie night.
Bring your family closer together with Fandango, your ticket to the movies.
Boost Mobile believes you deserve more choice. You can pick your phone, pick your plan, and you can even pick a new spokesperson and to sell that phone.
The Samsung Galaxy S5 will rock your face off! Visit Boost Mobile through the RER Marketplace.
Patriots, have you ever wondered why Google, Yahoo, AT&T, Comcast, and so many others offer free email? Who offers free stuff these days? They do it so that millions will sign up with them. Then as these people send what they think are private emails, the emails get scanned and tagged according to the content of the emails. These companies then sell your email addresses to companies that are selling things that you may be interested in based upon the content of your emails. If you're a veteran or if you have a vet in your family, go to usvetmail.net. Get an email address, your name at usvetmail.net. It's not only private, but it shows pride in your veteran or your pride of service. We never scan our clients' mail, and we never, ever sell or share your information with anyone. Thank you.
Reckon a storm's a brewing. Reckon so.
Reckon you got a hotel?
Reckon no. Money's tight.
Reckon Priceline Express deals can get you a great deal. Wherever you mosey.
You reckon? We reckon. I reckon our work here is done. Vamonos! Express.
Tom O'Halloran, holding the line against tyranny from Washington, D.C.
Yes, and we are back. This is the Patriot Radio Show. I'm your host, Tom O'Halloran. We're on the phone with Daisy from Daisy's Endearments on Facebook. And Daisy, you still with me, dear?
I am.
Outstanding. I want to talk a little bit more on this so-called refugee thing. Then we're going to talk a little bit on politics. When we get back from our third on this refugee thing, again, fake refugee situation. The United States has already taken in 4 times as many refugees as any other nation than every other nation on earth. We take more than all the other countries put together. And Obama is saying it's still not enough.
And we were being shamed when the number was still at just 10,000.
Yeah, way back when.
But that's history. He's jacked it way up now, and we're just SOL.
And like you said, and that's just the number that are being brought across right now. There are also people here. There are the ones that are sneaking across the border, like this gal down in McAllen, Texas. And here's the thing. These aren't just refugees that are being allowed to come here. From day one, they have welfare, they have medical, they have education, they have everything, I believe, except the right to vote. But they're being given free housing. This is costing billions of dollars that we don't have. We're having to borrow money from China. We're borrowing money from somebody that is attacking us electronically, if not with bombs. They're attacking our computer systems. We're borrowing money from them to bring people that want to make bombs and kill us.
Well, and my suggestion is cut the middleman out. If we're borrowing money from China anyway, just let China see if China will take them.
China refuses to take China.
Exactly.
You've got the regular Muslims, and they've got, if you remember the Uyghurs that were in Gitmo, and then they were released from Gitmo, and it took a while to find a place that would take them. I don't remember where they went, but they came from China. So they've got their own little branch of Islam, but they're terrorists as well. They've done numerous attacks over there. China won't take them. Muslim countries won't take them. Why in the hell? And we see what they're doing to France and Germany. It's not like, okay, 2 countries. None of the Muslims want them, and the Chinese don't want them. But the rest of the world, they do so well with the rest of the world, don't they?
Exactly. Well, and even Germany now, they're going, oh crap, what did we do?
That's right. They're rioting in the streets. A bunch of Syrian thugs, refugees rather, pulled a mother and child from a car and beat them on the street the other day.
Exactly.
Everywhere they go, they misbehave. Their country is so bad, they want to seek freedom in freedom-loving countries and then take away that freedom so they can make it like where they came from.
Well, did you see that even Canada is kicking them out now?
No.
Yes. In fact, I just saw let me pull it up. The headline yesterday that I saw, Canada declares Iran a terrorist state and closes embassy and expels Iranian diplomats.
Oh, dear Lord. Well, that's good news because they have been turning Sharia compliant in a number of situations. They've got anti-blasphemy laws up there. You can't say anything bad about Islam. So this is good news.
Yes,
I've been very sad for Canada with seeing reporters going to jail because they talk about Islam.
Well, and that was my thought too. And if they can pull that off, if they can make this happen and get rid of even the Iranian diplomats, what's our problem? But then I say that and I think, I know what our problem is.
Yeah, our problem. You got part of it right. We have a Muslim in the White House, but you forgot to mention the fact that Valerie Jarrett, who pulls his strings, is an Iranian. Mm-hmm. That Hillary Clinton's chief aide / lover, Uma Abedin, is also a member of the Muslim Sisterhood, and she's from Iran. And John Kerry's daughter married a Muslim from Iran. Mm-hmm. So this entire administration, not to mention the 7 or 8 Muslim Brotherhood compliant Muslims that Obama has in high security positions in his administration. It isn't just Obama. He's surrounded himself with this scumbaggery.
Yep.
Okay, let's move on because this hour is going fast. This is like one of the fastest hours I've ever done. What are you doing to me here? Okay, let's talk a little bit about campaigns, about the election.
Okay.
What do you like?
Well, I'm completely on board with Trump.
Now, why am I just totally not shocked?
Well, you kind of know where I come from. So, but I do have to say, Ken Crow and I do kind of go back and forth. And I've noticed, well, especially yesterday when he was talking to you, he's finally getting on board with me. I've said all along that I think that Donald Trump will be an excellent president, but he needs a little bit of polishing.
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt.
Coming off. So, women, if I didn't know anything about him and I just encountered him on the street, I would probably not like him one bit. He's kind of a jerk. He comes off as a jerk, and he needs some polishing there. But boy, Tom, his ideas, his plans for the border, for our economy, are just stellar and spot on and exactly what we need.
And it's likely to happen because they're not all far right. His border plan is embraced by Bernie the commie, by the New York Times, by liberal professors as being the soundest immigration policy in decades, if not ever. And they say that because it's about protecting the American people, which means the American worker, which means the unions.
Yes. So
he's got support from the left and the right, and he's very, very likely to pull it off. I saw on, I believe it was the Blaze, or could have been Breitbart, and I think the column was written by Greg Gutfeld. But I've read so many things in the last 24 hours, as we all do. I'm a little bit of a fog on that. But the column was about one of Breitbart's himself quotes was something that politics is downstream from culture. In other words, you don't elect somebody and that person changes the culture. It's the culture that's going to drive politics. And Donald Trump is the first person from culture to be a candidate. Obama was popular, but Trump is culture. Trump is from TV. Trump is the big celebrity.
True.
Okay. Obama got real popular, and he was like a god to the left and the big masses and mobs and stuff. He got the same kind of adoration. But Trump comes from TV. And they pointed out that Reagan came from that, but before he got to the national stage, he was governor in California twice. So it wasn't quite the same thing. Right. Trump is coming at it from that point. So he's got the fan base, if you will.
Yes.
But and when I see he's got the charisma, but he also he's got something that Obama didn't have. He's got the gravitas. He's got the John Wayne quality. I'm going to take this and I'm going to do that. I'm going to make this happen. We're going to fix that. He's more like a cowboy rather than Obama. The world's going to love me. The oceans will part. The tides will rise.
Well, he appeals to the good old boys.
Yep.
And he appeals to the more elite, for lack of better words. You know, he's kind of an all-around, like, cowboy. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's got something that none of the other candidates have. And he's smart enough to hire the right people, the best people. He doesn't know how to build a hotel. He couldn't build a hotel to save his life. But he knows how to find the people that can do this and do it right. Daisy, I've got one more break I got to take. When we come back, it's going to be Daisy's segment. So bring a topic, all right?
I will, indeed.
We'll be right back, folks. Stick with us. It's the Patriot Radio Show with Dear Daisy. Not my Daisy, folks. If you're tuning in late, this is not my Daisy. I'm married to a Daisy, but that's another Daisy. This is going to get so confusing. We'll be right back.
It's that time again. It's what you've been dreading all year. It can be confusing, difficult, even painful. It has driven countless people to worry and to despair. It's something you hate, but something you have to do. It gets under your skin, and it can get you in over your head. It is income taxes. Now it is easier. It is faster. It can make you happy. It is less expensive than H&R Block and TurboTax. It will get you your biggest refund faster. It starts free. It is efile.com. efile.com. We make income taxes fast and easy.
How's it going, JR fans? Nick Libretti here, and today we're smoking the Oliva Cane Daytona. Another home run from the Oliva Company. Guys, this is the Cane Daytona. Medium to full body Nicaraguan smoke, Habano wrapper on it, burns really, really nice. Hints of coffee, really, really creamy, flavorful smoke. This thing changes flavors on me 4 or 5 times throughout the cigar. It's excellent. 3 words I would use to describe this thing: impeccable, complex, and out of this world. That's more than 3 words. Stop counting. We have 3 sizes, everything from a 46 to a 60 ring gauge. Get them right now at jrcigars.com.
Hi there, my name is Mark Cranenberg, and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to talk about my favorite order from Chicago Steak Company. It's the Classic Prime Assortment. All right, well, let's open up and have a look what's inside. So right away, we've got 2 6-ounce filet mignons. If you know anything about steak, it's really rare to see filet mignons with that kind of marbling in it. Just beautiful steak. And then next we've got the 2 12-ounce USDA prime strip steaks. Just look at how thick these things are. They're just beautiful. Again, beautifully marbled, amazing steak. Then we've got 2 USDA prime ribeyes. And if you like steak that is just mouth-watering, this is the steak for you. With all that marbling inside, you'll see it's thicker. The marbling is a lot thicker. That just means more moisture throughout your steak. Now we've got 6 USDA prime top sirloin steaks. These are the steaks that everyone's going to love. Then we're moving into our next package. Next we have 16 4-ounce gourmet Angus steak burgers. So be sure to order your steak today at mychicagosteak.com. I'm Mark. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and we'll see you next time at mychicagosteak.com.
Tom O'Halloran has a not-so-common core spelling lesson for the Obama administration. Ready? There is no K in America.
There's kids that can't pray in school, $100 tanks of gas. I can tell you right now, this country ain't supposed to be like that. No, that ain't my America. That ain't this country's roots. You wanna slam, hold on to Sam, but I ain't letting you. Yeah, I'm mad as hell, and you know I still bleed red, white, and blue. They ain't us, and that ain't my America. Oh no, that ain't my America. No, 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 no. That ain't my America.
And we are back. It is the Tuesday morning show. It's Patriot Radio Show with Tom O'Halloran and new special guest, Daisy, from Daisy's Endearments on Facebook. Daisy, I'm so glad you joined us today.
Well, thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
Good, good. What would you like to talk about?
Well, Tom, if you read any of my columns, you know that one thing that's pretty near and dear to me is VA reform. But going a step further than that, I wrote a couple of columns about the specialist, the Green Beret, who is getting kicked out of the military for saving a little boy from being raped.
Wasn't that disgusting?
Absolutely horrible. And, you know, during break I was thinking, there are people in the Middle East who want to stay in their homes, and they want to make their home a better place, and they're not bad people. They don't want to invade our home.
Yeah.
Just like all Americans aren't good. You know, we're not 100% good. There are some Iranians, Iraqis, there's Middle Easterns who are good, and they want to make their world a better place. And I believe that this mother was just trying to protect her son, and she got beat down for it. And in turn, a Green Beret tried to step in and help, and he's getting kicked out of the U.S. military for it.
And he didn't shoot anybody. It's not like he shot the rapist. He shoved him, maybe punched him.
Yes.
To protect a child from being raped.
Exactly.
And Obama is allowing this man to be thrown out of the government.
Yes.
Absolute insanity. Instead of being held up as a hero, this is the man that should be invited to the White House.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Instead of this Muslim boy who brought a fake bomb to school, or wanted people to think he was, why are we not inviting our military to the White House and giving them the honor that they so deserve? We don't take proper care of them when they come home. Why can't we at least give them a nice steak dinner?
Did you know that when Michael Brown was shot, Obama had 3 members of his administration attend the funeral? But in the same time frame, a month or so on one side or the other, the first flag officer in the U.S. military to die since Vietnam died in combat and was buried. And not one representative from that son of a bitch's office was at his funeral.
Didn't even bother.
The commander-in-chief could not see fit to send a rep, not even his scumbaggy self. He couldn't send a representative from his office to attend the funeral of a flag officer. And a flag officer, people, is, I believe it's colonel or higher in the Navy. Mm-hmm. It was admirals, possibly captains. I don't think captains were included. But they're senior officers. These are people that have been in the military 25, 30 years, that have commanded tens of thousands of people, that have guided and protected our men, that have led the defense of our country. And Obama couldn't invite couldn't send one of his administration to the man's funeral. He can't invite a hero military soldier to the White House. But he'll pick up the phone and call Bruce Jenner when he says he's going to get his penis cut off. He'll invite a Muslim troublemaker bringing a look-alike bomb to a school.
And the scariest thing about all of this is, Tom, there are still liberals out there who say, "Hail Obama, the best president we've ever had."
Yeah,
and everything that we've talked about, one thing after another, all stems back to Obama and his flunkies.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like a bad dream. It's like a Kafka movie. You see this stuff happening. Is nobody else watching? Do you people not see what's happening? I knew what's going on. This doesn't make sense. Did you not see what he's been doing? Did you not see him giving money, aid, and comfort to the enemy? Did you not see him?
And he even told us that if the Iran deal gets voted down, he was going to veto it anyway. He was going to take charge and do it anyway.
Right. And that's another thing. That's our fault. Ours by GOP. Because the people we sent up there gave him, we have the ability to stop it because we own the House, we own the Senate, and they gave him the fast track authority. Yep. Without fast track, Obama can make any treaty he wants to, but he's got to get 2/3 of the Senate to approve it. They gave up that ability. Now Obama can pass anything he wants, and we need 2/3 to override it.
But for him to have the guts to say that at all, that's getting dangerous, Tom.
Well, somebody wants...
For the commander-in-chief to stand up and say something like that and say, gonna do it anyway.
Yep. Somebody once said he acts like he's above the law.
Yes.
Daisy, until we have somebody that will hold the law up for him to be accountable, he is above the law.
Indeed.
I'm sorry to say it, Obama is above the law because we don't have anybody with the balls to make him accountable. And that's why we need Trump. That's why we need Trey Gowdy or Ted Cruz as an attorney general to make a difference in this country because Obama has made all the wrong difference. Daisy, it's been a blessing having you on the show. I'm so happy you tuned in, and I hope that we can find some way to get you to come back again.
Oh, thank you so much, Tom. I'd be honored to.
That would be wonderful. We'll talk then. Folks, this is Daisy Dearest, her first show, and we hope to have her back. God bless you and yours, America. This is Tom O'Halloran. I'm out. But we'll be back. Tune in tomorrow for the Wednesday for my show. So we got a busy week. Stay with us and engage.